Hey beautiful people, welcome to the Taurus full moon guidance.
Hey beautiful people, it's your girl Shakima. I'm just stopping in for a quick reading for us, guys. I say quick, but that is subjective. We shall see how this goes in this space today. Give me a little bit of your time and we will see what is actually transpiring for us for this Taurus full moon, guys. I hope that you guys are having an awesome week thus far. I hope that you guys are really sort of settling into the energies of this Mercury retrograde transit as well. And yeah, I hope you guys are being awesome and fabulous as always. And I'm just here to chop it up with you guys, okay? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know, how you guys are effectively able to utilize the information, what you think of it. Even if you've got some constructive criticism, I can take it. My ego is in a good place. So yeah, definitely be sure to give me a like if you guys feel like, it was resonating with you guys, and share if you care, because there may be somebody else that needs to be able to hear this information. Subscribe if you like my vibe and you want to join the tribe. You can do so, okay? Hit the button somewhere around this place. I don't know how this stuff works, but yeah. Stay tuned to the end if you guys are interested in, booking me in for a personal reading and stuff like that. I'll be able to give you guys some insights on how to do so by the end of this reading, sorry guys. So we are going to be utilizing the tarot to do a Celtic spread, just to give us an entire scope of what's going to be transpiring for us for this Taurus full moon, guys. And we are also equally going to be utilizing the Work Your Light Oracle Guidance deck, so that we can sort of see what's going on for each of the different tribes and what we're going to be navigating through collectively as a water tribe, air tribe, earth tribe, and fire tribe, guys. So know your team, guys. Are you team Ravenclaw? Are you team Hufflepuff? Are you team Slytherin? Or are you team Gryffindor? Because if we don't know where we are in the grand scope of things, we don't actually know why or how these energies are impacting us. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get straight into the biznae of the shiznae. Let's have a little look and see what's going on for us. Okay, Spirit, where are my life warriors for this Taurus full moon? What is the guidance for us? Where are my life warriors for this Taurus full moon, and what crosses us as clearly as you can, please? Where am I? Okay, so we are at the place of feeling burnt out. We're not quite there yet, but we're contemplating on how we can avoid being burnt out and how we can actually, embrace the changes of the things that are happening, because it feels like disasters, but it's because things are happening so quickly, and we're trying to figure out how we can avoid being hit so detrimentally by these changes that are taking place to assist us with our healing and stabilizing, because Taurus is a cardinal sign. Well, it's a fixed sign, sorry. So it's all about rooting and stabilizing things. So we're just learning how to stay above board. We're anxious about certain changes that are taking place, which is why we're finding it so challenging, which is why we're feeling so burnt out about it. But we need to sit with that anxiety to gain some perspective as to why, because we're not moderating our time, energy, emotions, and resources. And those are some of the things that we really need to look at, because there's, a resistance to actually look at ourselves in the process of this. And that's what's affecting our ability to be able to plan for the abundance that Spirit's actually trying to give to us in this experience, even though it may not feel that way, beloveds. Okay, that's an ego's perspective, because we don't have the overall, picture of it. We only have the little puzzle of where we are now, the little puzzle piece. Okay, what crosses my life warriors for this Taurus full moon, guys? There's going to be a lot happening for us for this Taurus full moon, to say the least. I'm going to pick up all those cards and pretend that didn't happen. And let's see if we can get some clarity. A little bit clearer if you can, Spirit, okay? What crosses my life warriors for this Taurus full moon? As clearly as you can, please. Thank you. There we go. That's a little bit clearer. Okay, so there are going to be generous offers, guys. There's definitely going to be generous offers. There's going to be charitable offers. There's going to be opportunities to gain some financial stability and security that are going to potentially leave us being burnt out. And again, this is interesting because I just did, if you guys haven't already done so, check out the moon tarot scope and the moon forecast and tarot scope for the 11th to the 19th, because it's seemingly very, very similar to what's taking place with this Taurus full moon. So we've got the Hermit and the Ace of Swords, which is a path that we're crossing. We're soul searching so that we can gain some mental clarity, so that we can gain some perspective on our power, so that we can gain some perspective on how we can do things differently. I can see that as we go through the process of that, we may find ourselves being cold, but we'll be enlightened as to why we are choosing to be so cold. And Spirit's just giving us an opportunity to be open to the ever-present abundance that's already ours. Let's have a little look. What is in the past trajectory for my life warriors leading up to this Taurus full moon? Where have we been, Spirit? What is in the past trajectory for my life warriors leading up to this Taurus full moon? As clearly as you can, please. What is in the past trajectory for my life warriors? Okay, so again, it's something that we are crossing. We've been very hesitant. We've been a little bit paranoid about the things that are showing up for us. There's a fear of the unknown, even though there's a higher power working on our behalf, even though Spirit is really giving us an opportunity to, live in the vibration of our true worth as far as how Spirit sees us. It really is something that we have been paranoid about. We've been hesitant to receive these things, and there are certain reunions that we are closing ourselves off from because we feel, or have closed ourselves off from in the past, because we feel like we're protecting ourselves and we're a little bit guarded. For some of us, we may even be a little bit greedy and selfish, to be fair. And that's probably why we're not wanting to go back into those situations, because we don't feel like they're meeting our expectations. And, what did we do to actually show up differently in the situation to meet anybody else's expectations? Are we doing it collectively as a team effort? We do have a fear of the unknown about what is to come for us financially as well. What is to come for us in terms of our family dynamics and circumstances, the security and stability that it could potentially come into manifestation for us. Those were some of the things that we've been contemplating. Those were some of the things that probably did leave us a little bit hesitant about stuff moving forward. So we are going to get an opportunity to really readdress those things, I guess, as we navigate through the process of this Taurus full moon, because I can see that we're going to get some clear perspective on it. So let's have a look and see what is in the future trajectory for my life warriors for this Taurus full moon, guys. What is in the future trajectory? Okay, so in the future trajectory, it's interesting as well because we've got like all major arcanas here. All major arcana. So in the future trajectory, we'll be contemplating the missed opportunities that we may have to say no to. Okay, guys, if you say no, own it, mean it, live in it, and understand that those were some of the times where you had to say no so that you could get a bigger yes moving forward. Okay, but I can see that we will be contemplating some of the missed opportunities of the past and what financial stability and security it could have potentially provided to us, as well as just feeling secure within ourselves. And I can see that we will be able to be a little bit more spontaneous moving forward. We'll be a little bit more open to the process moving forward, to the point where we may find ourselves being stressed out, where we may find ourselves being moody, where we may be taking on more than we can handle. So we need to learn how to delegate our time and learn how to delegate tasks to others that will help us free up our time, have more energy for ourselves, and utilize our resources a little bit better as well as we navigate through the process moving forward. Because I can see that there may be some creative blockages that may happen by way of us being resistant to the changes that are actually manifesting. But those changes are actually giving us an opportunity to move away from poverty consciousness, to move away from this lack state of mind, so that we can, get away from this whole perspective that we're being pushed out in the cold, that God doesn't love us, that the universe doesn't care for us, that the divine, whatever you believe in, Allah, is not giving you an opportunity to be the best you that you can be. That's not necessarily the truth. Sometimes we have to be pressured to become the best beautiful diamond that we can be in the situation. Okay, what is going on in the subconscious mind for my life warriors? Okay, so in the subconscious mind for this Taurus full moon, it's interesting because we will be victorious, guys. We will be illuminated. We will become enlightened by the things that may have been causing us temporary depressions in the past. We'll be able to become a little bit more emotionally secure as a result, and we'll be able to walk away from situations feeling like, look, that is not good for myself, that is not good for my self-esteem, that is not good for my personal space as far as where I am on my journey at this moment, and I'm okay to say no with this situation. That's perfectly fine. But we'll be perfectly secure with walking away from certain situations that may be too challenging, not in the sense that, it's too challenging for us, but it may be a lack of teamwork situation. We may feel as though we're not giving as much as we're not receiving, as much as we're giving, and those may be some of the things that will give us an opportunity to say, do you know what, this isn't for me. I've already seen this cycle, this pattern, and how it plays out for me, and I'm not really doing this to myself anymore. I'm not going to be meeting you 70% of the way when your 30 isn't enough for me to maintain my own sense of self, my own, energy, my own resources. I need you to meet me 50% of the way. Okay, and by doing so, what that will bring is a solid and unified partnership that is going to see you be established in the world, that is going to see you really come to a place where you can gain some financial stability and inheritance. But again, it does come with a lot of poor planning, so you kind of have to make sure that you're planning as effectively as you possibly can as you navigate through this Taurus full moon transit. And I've already experienced that myself, so I completely do understand that in some essence of itself. So yeah, guys, we're all just living and learning, aren't we? What is in the conscious mind for my life warriors for this Taurus full moon? Conscious mind, guys. We have to be careful about where we're investing ourselves. We're investing ourselves from a short-term focus. We're not really looking at the long-term scope of things, and because of that, we are experiencing creative blockages. We are basically just being a little bit immature. We need to do our best adulting as we navigate through the process of this Taurus full moon, and I think that that's probably the biggest lesson that we're learning, how to be a grown-up, and how to be able to do it in a way where we're not being a burden to our own circumstances, a burden to our own lives and the lives of others in the process. Because I can see that there will be harmony with the actual creative blockages, but a lot of it's happening because we're scattered and all over the place, basically. Okay, we're anxious about certain situations, so we're saying yes because of the anxiety, but we could say no and see what other options manifest as a result, because when one door closes, a window of opportunity opens up for us. I can see that there's going to be it's almost like we're learning how to be open to the new. We're learning how to be open to the changes that are taking place, because we have gone through sleeplessness, we've gone through insomnia, we've gone through sleepless nights as a result of certain things that we were holding on to, certain decisions that we perhaps weren't necessarily happy that we made or other people made, and now we're giving ourselves an opportunity to be free from that by going through a process of forgiveness. But as we forgive, let's not look at the short-term scope of things and look at the long-term scope of things. It's okay to forgive, but you don't necessarily have to forget. And it doesn't mean carrying the shit along with you, BTW. All that simply means is that let that be a lesson learned for you, so that when it shows up again, when that pattern, when the waves of things show up again to teach you about that lesson, you can go back to that memory recall, to that program, and see, okay, this is how I played it out last time. This is what I'm not going to do moving forward, and really make that experience count for something, rather than you continuing to do the same things over and over and over again, crying over spilt milk when you're the one that's actually creating the dynamics of the circumstances that are playing out, because you're not necessarily doing things differently. You're getting your lesson, but you're going back into your classes exhibiting the same sort of answers as a result. So that's why it's important to not forget, because by not forgetting, you give yourselves an opportunity to actually move forward and experience things differently as a result of the lessons that you've learned. Let's get a grander scope of things and see what's going on in the atmosphere for us as we navigate through this Taurus full moon. What is in the atmosphere for my life warriors for this Taurus full moon transit, spirit? As clearly as you can, please. What is in the atmosphere for my life warriors? Okay, so in the atmosphere, we do have a lot of changes. Okay, so this is beautiful. We're being a little bit more explorative. We're being a little bit more of a free spirit in terms of the way that we are manifesting our financial stability. There's definitely a lot of changes that are happening to give us an opportunity to be a little bit more open to the changes of the prosperity that is coming for us. There will be new financial opportunities for us moving forward as we navigate through the energies of this Taurus full moon transit, and it will give us an opportunity to build this happy home that we've been looking towards. I can see again that our partnerships that we're going to be going into around about the scope of this Taurus full moon is going to give us an opportunity to be established and gain a lot of financial inheritance as a result. Okay, what is the attitude for my life warriors as we navigate through this Taurus full moon, spirit? What is the attitude for my life warriors as we navigate through this Taurus full moon? As clearly as you can, please. Okay, so the attitude is for us to be careful not to be too immature about things. But the attitude is that we are literally looking at these things as synchronistic approaches, synchronistic things that are like falling into alignment for us. We're looking at it like, okay, I have been scattered. I knew what I wanted. I didn't expect for it to come this soon. But as challenging as it is and as exhausted as I may be, I do feel as though this is something that is happening through synchronicities, and we can actually see the synchronistic lineup of everything when we made certain intentions, how it's actually manifesting as a result of. And we're going along with the scope of things, guys. So it's not all bad, actually. It's a good place for us to be. Let's have a little look. What is in the hopes and fears for my life warriors for this Taurus full moon transit? What is in the hopes and fears for my life warriors for this Taurus full moon transit? As clearly as you can, please. Okay, so the hopes and fears is that there will be separations. The hopes and fears is that there will be romantic breakups and breakdowns. Hopes and fears is that we'll be moody about the separations that may happen within certain home dynamics and situations. But the reality is that we will be emotionally secure about it. We will be emotionally balanced. Even though the separation is something that we feared, when it actually does show up, we'll actually be pretty emotionally secure about it because we've done enough work to be able to be okay about it. There may be situations for some where the home, it's a case of like leaving home situations, and there's a separation from people that they love, but they're okay about it. You know, they're secure about it. They're cool, calm, and collected about it. But I can see that there will be times where we may find ourselves being a little bit down at times, but we'll be able to navigate through the transition. You know, the transition is us finding that balance between our work and personal life. That's what's going to help us feel a little bit more collected and cool, calm about the situation. There will be some indecisive moments, which again, we're just going to need to learn how to prioritize, learn how to be conservative, moderate our time, moderate our resources, moderate our finances, and really just make sure that we know that we've got this. You know, it's not too big for us. God only gives us what we can handle, and we've got this. Okay, guys, let's close it out and see what is the outcome for us, for my life warriors, for this Taurus full moon. What is the outcome, Spirit? As clearly as you can, please. The outcome, guys, again, because it came out, you know, tilted sideways, we will be sort of, again, going through a process of not really being able to balance our work and personal life initially, but I can see that it is down to us grounding ourselves. It is down to us being practical about things. It is down to us really just sitting with ourselves and asking what it is that we really want from the situation, versus us being too self-protecting, versus us being too greedy, versus us being too materialistic, because I see that we can regain our power, and there may be certain situations that will force us to do so, but in the process of it, we're going to have to learn how to basically not succumb to the illusions, not succumb to the temptations to overburden ourselves, to put ourselves in situations that is going to see us maybe fall short, and kind of have people, you know, experience us through broken promises, or we may be the ones experiencing other people not living up to the expectations of their promises. So yeah, those are some of the things that we just kind of need to be mindful of as we navigate through the process of this Taurus full moon, guys. Okay, let's close out the space, guys, with a oracle guidance for each of the different tribes. So we're going to start off, seeing as it's a Taurus full moon, we're going to start off with Earth tribe. Earth tribe would be my Capricorns, my Virgos, and my Taurus. So Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgos are Team Hufflepuff. Okay, that's Earth tribe. Let's have a little look and see what is the overall guidance for us as a collective firstly, and then we'll start off with Earth tribe. What is the divine guidance, Spirit, for my life warriors for this Taurus full moon? So in the past, we've been dealing with our council of light, our helpers in the subtle realms. Okay, we've been dealing with our guides, our ancestors, ascended masters, and they've been guiding us to be able to sort of trust the niggle, guys. They've been guiding us to really look at what our avatar is trying to tell us about the experiences that we're having. And moving forward, we'll be able to cut the cords and retrieve our soul and call back our power by learning how to effectively protect ourselves moving forward. And I think that has a lot to do with learning how to say the effective no's, meaning them, owning them, and knowing that that's because God has other things in store for us and better plans for us, that is beneath the surface of what things may appear to be. Okay, let's have a little look though. What is the divine guidance, Spirit, for my Earth tribe babies for this Taurus full moon. As clearly as you can, please. What is the divine guidance for my Earth tribe for this Taurus full moon? Okay. So, for you guys, Spirit is saying yes, you are going through a transformation. You are changing at a cellular level. You have experienced deep healing in the past, and in the present, you just have to say yes to these blessings that are coming through for you, and answer what your call is. What your soul, is calling you to do. Because moving forward, Spirit is going to be sort of showing you that you're a priest or a priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? By sharing your voice, by coming out of your cave and really expressing yourself. You know, you kind of have to be able to have those healthy conversations, knowing when to say yes and when to say no, as you navigate through the process. But just know that you're actually going through a transformation of doing these things, and you kind of have to be patient with yourself as you navigate through the process. And as they said, trust the niggle. Okay, what is the divine guidance, Spirit, for we're going to go ahead and look at my air tribe and see what's going on for you guys. So that would be Team Ravenclaw, and with that includes Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra signs for air tribe. Okay, so let's have a look and see what's going on for you guys. What is the divine guidance, Spirit, for my air tribe babies for this Taurus full moon? As clearly as you can, please. Boundaries. Okay, it was a jumper, so I'm not going to use it, but boundaries is one of the things that are going to be most important for you guys. Not letting yourself be picked at to the point where you have nothing left. Okay, I'm going to grab the cards for you because a couple of them's fallen on the floor for you, presumably because of everything that you guys are going to have going on. So what you do have, from what I can see for yourselves going through the process, Spirit is saying to you that you've been on a journey. You know, you've been called to this experience, and in the present moment, you just have to trust the niggling and trust what your feelings are trying to tell you, because moving forward, your vibration is rising. You are becoming the oracle of your experience, but first you have to believe it to will it into experience and existence for yourself, and know that your path is being divinely guided. And in order for you to sort of trust the niggling and really sort of understand what it's trying to tell you, you kind of have to model yourself through the process. You know, how can you be more compassionate with yourself? How can you nurture yourself throughout the journey? How can you nurture yourself throughout the experience of the things that you're going through, so that you can understand what your inner child is trying to tell you about the experience that you're having at a cellular level? Okay, beloveds? So let's go ahead and take a look for what's going on with the water tribe and see what's sort of transpiring for you guys as well. Water tribe would be Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces babies, and this will be my team Slytherin. Okay, so let's have a look and see what's going on for you guys. What is the divine guidance, Spirit, for my water tribe? Okay, guys. Spirit is saying that we have already started the process of unbounding ourselves and releasing our soul contracts, patterns, and past life experiences that are no longer serving us. And in the present moment, Spirit just wants us to know that we are the original light workers. We are Mintakan. And we are just longing for a home within ourselves first and foremost. But just know that that home that we're longing for, moving forward, we're already doing it. We don't need to overthink it anymore. We just need to continue to face our true north and do something to shift our vibration when things feels like it's becoming too exhausting, when it feels like it's becoming too much of a burden or a weight for us to carry. And again, for us, the advice is to learn how to mother ourselves. That's how we'll know what we need to do to shift our vibration, and how we can shift it, and why we need to shift our vibration in those moments. So again, we kind of just need to sit with our little inner child and talk our way through the process of what's transpiring for us as we navigate through this Taurus full moon. Okay, beloveds? So let's close out the space and see what is actually transpiring for my fire tribe. This is Team Gryffindor, guys. Okay, so this is for my Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius babies. You guys are Team Gryffindor, and we're just going to go ahead and see what is the overall guidance for you guys as we navigate through this Taurus full moon. What is the divine guidance, Spirit, for my fire tribe babies for this Taurus full moon? Okay, guys, so the advice for you guys, the guidance is that you in the past have been channeling and uplifting humanity. You've been here in a double mission, and right now you are calling in your soul tribe. You are with your soul family, and you don't have to do it alone. There are people around to help, but you do have to get grounded. You do have to sort of give yourself an opportunity to get connected to nature, because your highly sensitive empaths, because the avatar is actually the empath, and it interprets the energies that flows around us at a subtle level and gives us an indication through chemically induced experiences of ourselves. So spirit saying that you can sort of get grounded, not just with yourself but with your soul tribe, and know that this is a sisterhood of the rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher is what you are, and you can do it with your soul family to be able to live up to the fullest of the experience. Okay, beloveds, interestingly enough, that wasn't as long as it usually is, so I'm glad to see that. But I hope that that was useful for you guys. As per usual, beloveds, I'm sending you guys nothing but love, light, and positive intentions for the journey ahead. If you guys haven't already done so, check out the link in the description box if you guys would like to connect with me for a personal reading, shadow work, mentorship, to work through some of the stuff that we've kind of outlaid here, to work through some of the, intuitive reflections of what the avatar is trying to tell you. That's pretty much my forte. So if you guys would like to work on some of those stuff, check out the link in the description box. Via that same link, guys, you guys can connect to my shop on my website for awesome goodies like my candle here. I also have oils that I am still in the process of getting up on my shop, but I've got my money and prosperity oil that is currently brewing for you guys. As well as my neem oil, which is great for skin health as well. So you guys can just check out the shop and see what the information is on those. And I do a ton of different things on my actual website, so be sure to check that out via the link in the description box. Definitely, guys, be sure to comment. Let me know how you guys have been able to utilize the information. Give me a thumbs up if you liked, the content. Share if you care, if you feel like there's somebody else that needs to know this information, so that they can effectively assist themselves in navigating through the process of all of the amazingness that is to come. And if you like my vibe and want to be a part of the tribe, be sure to subscribe. I don't know where the button is around here to do so, but definitely have a look and can connect with my channel for regular updates. I do weekly, moon forecasts. I say weekly, but it's selective. I didn't get one done for you guys last week because I was busy living my life, and I'm unapologetic about it, but here I am. I'm giving you guys what I can. Okay, beloveds? So I'm gonna love you guys and leave it there for you guys. Until next time, God bless you and ashe. Mwah. Oh, and if you guys do want to connect with me via my other social media channels, because I do actually do daily oracle guidance via my Instagram and Facebook and all that other stuff, check out the link in the description box. Okay, stay awesome, don't fall off track, and if you do, get back up. Peace, guys.
That's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more.